Yo guys! If you're a fan of Squid Game and you love to draw, then this video is definitely for you! Today, you're gonna learn how to draw a super easy but still super cool version of Seong Gi-hun, also known as Player 456. So grab your paper and pencil and let it rip! Let's start our drawing with the basic shape of the head. It's a great starting point to keep the proportions right. And remember, if you need to, feel free to pause the video and go at your own pace. We're here to relax and have fun while making a cool drawing. I gotta say, from a design point of view, Player 456 from Season 1 was more interesting. His hair was longer, and he had that naive little smile going on. But hey, I don't blame him. After everything he went through, this serious face totally makes sense. In this drawing, I decided to add the ears before closing off the full shape of the head. Since the hair is gonna wrap around the top part anyway, I think this approach will work just fine. This way, it's also easier to keep the proportions right and make sure both ears and their details are nicely aligned. Don't you agree? Now that we've finished the ears, we can move on to the hair. We'll start by drawing these lines that help define the shape of the character's face, and then move on to the outer part, the overall shape of the hair. Keep the lines simple so they match the style of our drawing. Don't worry about making the hair strands super precise. Hair usually moves around, so we're used to seeing it in all kinds of positions anyway. The most important thing is to keep the overall shape consistent. Now that we've finished the top part of the hair, let's add a few strands in the front. Since we already have a solid base, it's basically just a matter of placing a few strands to complete the shape of his face. We can add a few lines to give the hair a sense of movement and volume. It also helps the drawing feel less flat and overly simplified. Alright, I think that's enough for the hair. Let's move on to the facial features. I'll start by drawing these expression lines, and then we'll move on to the eyebrows. This part needs a bit more attention, since these details give the character its most recognizable traits. It's here that we should put in our best effort to make the drawing look like the real character, while still staying true to our style. Since I don't want anything too realistic for this drawing, I'll use these simple lines to represent the eyes. Even though it's a basic shape, it'll add plenty of character to our drawing style. To draw the other eye, just repeat the same steps. Make sure you line it up properly so it doesn't end up looking wonky or give him a crazy-eyed vibe, because that's not what we're going for here. A few more expression lines. After all, Player 456 isn't exactly a youngster anymore. I'm going to keep the nose really simple, but to make that simplification work, I'll use a shading trick during coloring. This way, I keep the line work simple, but add more depth when I shade the drawing. You see this a lot in anime styles. The mouth is going to be this simple line, and then we can move on to the neck, which will be the starting point for the body. In a very simplified way, these two parallel lines will work. That detail on the neck will be a shadow I'll add later to give more contrast and depth to our drawing. Even though it's a 2D drawing, some simple elements add more life and depth to it. draw our character's jacket, I'm gonna try to represent all the lines we can see in our reference photo, keeping it simple and straightforward. After all, I want the character's face to stand out more than the jacket. Still, we can have some fun with the collar shapes. By going for a more cartoony style, we can exaggerate the overall shape to give our drawing more life. Realistic drawings usually come alive with their incredible details, but when we keep details minimal, we have to bring life through more interesting shapes than you'd see in photos. That's our secret weapon. If you've made it this far, it means you're enjoying the drawing. So if you liked this one and you're not subscribed yet, go ahead and subscribe. It helps the channel grow and I can make more awesome drawings here every day. If I haven't drawn a character you like yet, drop your suggestions in the comments. I'd love to draw the characters you want. After all, that's why I'm here, right? All right, we're getting to the final lines of our drawing now. Let's add some simple lines to define the character's shoulders and also some lines that represent the white stripes on his uniform. We'll throw in a few more lines to show the stitching, just some details to make our drawing more defined. To finish up, just draw the zipper. And there you have it, our drawing is ready. Now let's move on to coloring. All right, that's our finished drawing. Hope you had a blast. And hey, check out this next video right here. You're gonna love it. Thanks for watching. Remember, it doesn't have to be perfect, just make it wild.